You're listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more.
Wepa familia! Welcome back to another wild ride of the Comic Crusaders Podcast, baby. And oh man, today's special because we have got not one, but two creative masterminds in his house. Yeah, baby. This is a wickedly talented duo. They are a dynamic tag team of storytelling. The brains and brilliance behind the hilariously twisted project, Shockheaded Peter. Listen, these two are flipping cautionary tales on their heads with dark humor, creepy vibes, and straight up genius. So buckle in tight. We're diving deep into the madness, the laughs, and the scares behind the scenes chaos that only a creative duo like this can bring. So let me introduce them both. These awesome folks right here. This creative force of talent. Kogan Jessica Silvetti. Welcome. How you doing?
Hello. Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
That was an awesome intro. I'm very flattered to be.
Yeah.
But you guys rock. One of those times that I don't get to finish reading the entirety of the book. However, I was loving every minute, wishing that, I hope, again, I don't always hope my guys are late, my guests, but, one of those times they shit, I hope they are. I want to read more. I was getting to the very end.
Awesome.
But I'm digging it, the art, the story, the craziness, the zaniness. I love it all. This is what comic books is supposed to be, mi gente. Some fun shit. And you guys, I think, are hitting the mark. And folks, I have a cool little PowerPoint show you some dope artwork, and we're gonna learn all about this universe. But let's start kicking things off then. All right. I need, of course, origin stories. I'm gonna start with Jessica. Jessica, let us know where you're originally from and what was the first thing in all of fandom that you ever fell in love with.
Okay, so I am originally from Mexico City, born in Mexico, came to the States when I was about 7.5. So I'm fully bilingual. And I first lived in LA. And as a kid, like we would watch Halloween. So definitely that was something that the Jamie Lee Curtis in that hospital, like that stuck in my head. One of those moments that just like really stuck in my head. And then of course Freddy Krueger as well. So
all right. After my heart right there. Somebody understands my fandom too. Very good. Yes. All right. And I go, my man EB over here. What's popping with you? I mean, where you OG from? And the first thing you ever fell in love with?
I was born and raised in LA. We do exist. There are people there who were born there.
Am I actually born there? Listen, I think you're probably the first in my 616 episodes ever said they were born there.
Right.
wow.
Yeah.
Everybody says, well, I moved to LA one day. And I'm like,
yeah.
I never moved to LA.
We hide around the city. We're here. We're strong.
Right.
So born and raised LA. I think as far as fandom goes, I grew up with a lot of the G.I. Joe, Transformers, Thundercats. Like that trio of toys I have very vivid memories of. And that kind of kicked me off into that.
My memory is so vivid, I could actually look at them right now. Because they're myself. I kept a lot of my stuff.
And I'll put this out there. I'm still kind of fighting with my brother to get control of the toys that are sitting in boxes. In his garage right now. I'm trying to text his nieces.
May I ask who's older?
Huh?
Who's older? You or him?
He's older. He's 3 years older. So I text my nieces. I'm like, can you just get the stuff out of the garage and meet me? Can we just do this on the lowdown?
I'll give you $50, kiddo. Come on.
Yeah. Yep. But they're smart.
I would bribe the shit out of my niece. So you crazy?
They know they look that up on eBay. They'll know. They're like, come on, people. I know how much this is worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nowadays, the kids could do that. Not like when we were growing up. You know what I mean?
Right.
They could con us because we ain't know any better.
Right. Yeah. No.
Now we were like, sure. Hold on a minute. Let me look.
Yeah, they got resources. Yeah. They're like, let me check this.
Yeah.
It was sold last week. You're like, all right, never mind.
That means that I would have sucked in business when I was growing up. Because man, was I selling shit back in the day?
Yeah.
Boy, it was great. All right, so let's find out about what this is, man. So I need to learn. Oh, actually, before that, I like stories, and I need to know what promancers are like over here. So talk about the story of the promance over here. How did you guys connect with me to start building this wonderful world that you guys are bringing about?
Well, we're creative partners, but we're also partners in life. We're married, so we've been collaborating for a long time. A lot of people are like, "How do you do that?" But we started from when we first met. We started collaborating, so it's something. Yeah, so it's something that's been part of our relationship since the start.
That's beautiful. That's nice, though. I think that's really beautiful. Be able to work with your loved one in a creative sense. Where, all right, you know what, we're in the same space, and to kind of get that journey. Yeah. See, that's every geek's dream. You see, guys and gals, it's possible.
We each bring different aspects to it. Like if she's writing something on her own, or vice versa, it's drastically different than when we come together. What we create, so there is variation in that.
Because y'all make your own magic. That's what it is. All right. So as that creative duo, how do you two actually do split the magic, especially when it comes to the world of Shockheaded Peter?
I mean, it's different project to project, and it's different with the time. So we also work a lot in film and television. And sometimes, you're freelance. And so you go job to job, project to project. And sometimes, one's on a project or, she's writing on something, or I, work in film editing as well, or we're directing something. We kind of need to just take over as needs be. I think for part one, or actually going back to, we originally wrote this as like the inception of this was a television pilot. And I think I was working you took the bulk of that and laying the groundwork for all that. And then when I was finished, I came in and we talked about it and we workshopped it. And then vice versa, when we started going into the graphic novel world and thinking this could be good for this world, I think you were on a project. And so I started laying the groundwork, and then you came in, and then it's a give and take. And we both kind of have to know all aspects of it. And it's very kind of amorphous. You have to pivot, you have to improvise, much like on a film set. Sometimes things don't go as planned, and you just need to pick it up and go from there. So I think it's just staying on your toes, being willing to do different things you're not comfortable with. Paneling was something we were not initially comfortable with.
Yeah, that's what I want to know about. Because again, you guys talking about you coming from the TV world. Nice, thank you. But man, comic books is a different beast, and I love to hear these stories of transition. How was that transition?
Well, and we have a lot of respect for that too. So we didn't just jump in thinking, "Oh, we got this." Not at all. We really studied, talked to other creators that we know, and took our time to really learn and figure out how do we make this into a graphic novel.
We wanted to respect the art form, right? So we needed to go in and get into the community and start talking to people, go to gatherings, go to cons, meeting people, getting on Zoom calls, and contributing to the conversation and taking as much knowledge as we can. So it just took a lot of time, a lot of practice. We would write stuff and scratch it out, and we would talk to other people. I don't know if we shared our scripts with anyone, but we definitely were asking questions about certain things, and people would give us guidance on make sure about your page turns, where your panel ends, and
reading a lot. I mean, we had read some things before, but diving further into it, we have
a bookshelf like this size in the room that's all graphic novels and comics, because we just digest and read and get ideas. And one
you guys deep. Oh, I love this.
Well, as much as we could, not as
Right.
much as a lot of people, but we really tried.
The fact that you guys took it upon yourself to learn the craft to build something that you thought, all right, and I think, not that you think, but shit, I think too. Shit, this book is fire.
Thank you.
Paneling, you talk about that paneling, that was nothing. Well done. I think that's where your TV world stuff comes from.
Yeah.
I was about to say, one thing we started to realize is, because I'm a union film editor for about 10 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing we started to realize is, I always call film editing, it's like your last revision of the script, because you're kind of rewriting as you're putting together everything. And so we started to realize the similarities between editing and paneling, and it just kind of clicked for us, and we were able to really kind of pace it out better, but also do things that you couldn't do in film that you can do in comics. Certain things, and the way you can jump time from panel to panel, just taking care of the reader so that they could follow us, but also kind of making them look at the panels and immersed into it as much as possible.
Yeah, and I mean, your editing experience, obviously, that eye for that detail is so helpful and just so advantageous to us making this.
Fantastic. So, and I need a note here, because again, you guys are a couple of creative duo. Who usually wins the creative arm wrestle?
I think it depends on, it depends. I think
depends who had more vitamins that day.
What was that?
It depends on who had more vitamins that day.
Right. More coffee, more vitamins,
More butelo,
I get 2 cups a day.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I think, it's definitely, there's definitely times that we do have, different points of view, and then we talk it out. But I think
we get passionate.
Yeah, we get passionate for sure. But at the same time, I think one thing we realize is it just makes it better. If one of us questions something or challenges something, it's in service of the work and in service of the project. It's not about the ego of who's right. It's what's best for these characters, what's best for the story, what's best for the reader. What are they going to get from it?
Preach, girl. That's collaboration.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. It's real.
On.
You work together. You build these wonderful universes. This is what it is. So, talking about this universe, people must be asking, what are these guys talking about? Shockheaded Peter, what is that? So give us the elevator pitch of what is Shockheaded Peter?
Okay, Shockheaded Peter is Labyrinth meets A Nightmare on Elm Street by way of Hayao Miyazaki. It's haunted horror with a hint of heart. That's how we call it. Essentially, it's the harbinger of punishment arrives in the small town of Winding Springs, and the young girl with a literal broken heart who is troubled by her desire to join his disturbing crusade.
A crusade. I mean,
Crusaders.
Crusaders, come on, man.
Yeah.
Our crusade matters for real. Our crusade matters for sure.
Yeah.
But this book matters right here. It's a gorgeous book. Let me bring this up, man. I can't, because again, I also have it on my site screen over here. And I can't stop looking at what I'm supposed to be finished reading. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to finish to see what the fuck. This guy is nuts.
Yeah. But see, that's what,
and I love it.
Yeah. That's what's so crazy about it. Because, imagine this figure arrives into town and starts punishing all the people, the horrible people in town. It's which is
a good thing in a sense, but still.
But then you're like, you're dealing with your morality. You're like, I kind of agree with this, but at the same time, this is horrible. How can I cope with this?
Yeah, it's a little twisted. And when we talk about our protagonist, also Ruby, it's through her eyes. And sometimes we talk about Shockheaded Peter being a deranged fairy godmother. So it's a fantasy horror, and it's also fun. It's twisted, but it's fun. And
I think we pitched it as a fucked up fairy tale. Was another way that we called it.
Yeah, baby, I love it. So, all right. So talking about that, then, how do you balance that dark with the funny without kind of dipping too far into either side?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think our artist, Giuseppe Sabbe Di Stefano from Italy, really helps. Because when we were trying to balance this thing and we were looking at it and feeling that it's kind of got a Tim Burton-esque vibe, kind of, or maybe like Addams Family, where there's dark, but also a little light in some areas. We're leaning a little more dark as we go through the book.
It definitely gets more twisted.
But we wanted that, Nightmare Before Christmas vibe as we start out. As we were kind of talking with artists, there's some amazing art that we had, but it got so adult, we were worried it would just get really deep into like kind of heavy metal.
And then the thing about keeping the heart, right? It's like the color that our artist has in it also keeps that fantasy aspect of it, some of the magical, and then also just our characters, really grounding them with making them three-dimensional, like Ruby. There is a lot of heart, even though, ironically, she's the girl with a broken heart, but there are a lot of emotions going on there, and all the characters that's around her. In the second part, we delve a lot deeper into all these characters' lives and complexities. I mean,
to get directly at your question, we're character first, so that means pushing emotion first.
Great, thank you. That's what's missing in comics nowadays. Everybody wants to go with the fucking big splash pages and all. But I don't want that. I want to connect with when I spend my money every month, it's because I want to know what the really is happening with this character next. How does this character make me feel? I dig it. I need to know what happens next. That's
how you're going to be invested if you're not emotionally connected somewhat.
Yeah, to the character, not to the story. Because again, that's what everybody tries to sell too. They want to sell the big story, the big arc. You know what? That's all cool, but that story comes to an end. The character still exists. So what are you still doing with the character?
I mean, you could still world build. You still can, but you need to have those human stories at the heart of it. Otherwise, you're just watching. You're just kind of awash with like cool shit happening for a second, and then you check out. You're done.
Yeah, and we do have some amazing splash pages and all those things, but at the heart, it's centered around the character, and there's purpose for those.
Yes, they're meaningful.
Yeah.
And our artist Joe, we call him Joe. Yeah. He with his color and his pencils and his inks, when we saw him, his work, we were like, okay, he gets it. He can be kind of dark and but also be a little kooky and bring out the emotion with the lighting that he does. And so we'll
talk about that bromance. How did you guys meet, my man, all the way from Italia?
Well, I should say that the cover you have is a variant cover by an Argentinian artist who does amazing hand-drawn. That's all hand-drawn work.
You guys are going like on a world tour of art, huh? I mean, this is gorgeous too, because this I see as a tattoo, honestly.
Yeah,
that's true.
Even this one though, because look at that. That's a smile only a mother would love.
That's Joe, and we found him, and he did all the art. He did pencils, inks, color, and the lettering.
What?
Yeah,
oh, you found a full house.
He's amazing. Yeah.
Wow, awesome.
And we found him on Facebook through a comic writer and artist group that we joined.
Nice.
I think he said it was like the first post that he ever did, and we saw something he did of like this crazy Napoleon type character on a steampunk horse, rear and back, and it looked insane but also fun. And we're like, we need to talk to this guy.
And the color and all, we were like, oh, that's what we want. So we connected with him, and it was love. It was magic.
Yeah. How was that first impression though? Because I've gotten, that cold call type of thing. And, again, in the world nowadays, especially when you come from the city, you're like, get out of here. This ain't real. How was that? Did you believe you guys from the onset that this was a real project?
we set up, we were old school. So we were like, can we get a face-to-face? Can we do a Zoom call?
Yeah.
And so, I think we did it like 10 a.m. for us, and he answers the Zoom with like a glass of wine. And
we drinking Butelo, he got wine. I got it. I've done that. Yeah. I love it.
And he was great. I think he was a little hesitant at first, but once we got on and we were like, no, we're this and that. And I think honestly, we paid him first for some test pages.
Yeah, we did test pages with him and a couple of artists just to see. Of course, it was 3 artists that we thought all of their work was outstanding, but for this project, it was just a perfect fit, like with Joe. But from that, Son, who did the variant cover, he was one of those artists, and he did a variant cover for our first part, the first book, and now this variant cover for the second one. So we still have collaborated with him, but but it's with Joe, who, you know, it really was a perfect match for Shockheaded Peter. Yeah,
and we just still emails regularly. Sometimes we'll jump on Zoom calls just to check in. And he's really great to work with, really great with notes, really great with questions, or if he tries something different from the script, we'll try to work with it. And oftentimes he'll do something amazing and we're like, oh, okay, we need to rewrite the dialogue to keep this.
Oh, you gotta take it because I'm like, darn it, now you're gonna make me work more. All right. Again, collaboration, right? This panel I love because it's not something you normally see in panel work nowadays, for example, and I love to show this example with the fire outside of the actual panel.
Oh, he does that. Yeah, he does that a lot.
And I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
You know, it gives more form to the thing, you know, more eye candy, more like, I want to look more around the page. What's going on? Then you see this creepy ass over here with that smile. Like, oh, looking all happy. Like, my house is on fire. You creep. What's wrong with you?
I think Joe started
my God.
in animation. And so I think a lot of this comes from his animation background.
I mean, look at this. You see how his hand is over the... This is some creepy shit. That's that, like, bursting the... You know, like, doing that Deadpool, like, bursting out the panel type shit. Yeah. And, man, I do not want to see this. I live alone, too. Y'all messing me up right now.
But with this, if you see the lighting from the candle, like, just how it, like, the glow on his arm, like, all those details that he does are just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous.
All right, let me see if I can pronounce this right. So the original Struwwelpeter?
It's German. It's Der Struwwelpeter.
Struwwelpeter. All right. Tales were made to scare kids into behaving. So were you inspired by those old school cautionary tales, or did you just decide, nah, let's just traumatize a brand new generation?
No, that was the inspiration. It was this German doctor at the middle of the 19th century who thought, hey, my kids aren't scared enough. Let's just do some bedtime stories about cautionary tales to make them behave better.
And so they go to sleep soundly.
Actually, at the time, I think all the adults like laughed at it. Like one of the stories was like, don't suck your thumb, otherwise someone's going to come and chop it off. And there's like a picture of a kid with like blood streaming out of his thumb. And all the adults were like, that'll teach him.
What great bedtime stories.
Yeah.
Poor kids were terrified.
Yeah. So we saw that. I was exposed to it in London is where I first discovered it. And then we sat on it for years. And then we were having a conversation with someone about our next project. And this kind of popped up. And we basically plucked one of those. They're all like 2-page stories. They're, it's like a 26-page children's book. Mm-hmm. So we plucked one of the cautionary tales or the characters is like 150 years old. And we created this entire universe, mythology, and plopped them in and let them loose.
And our new characters original, like we world build everything. Like everything is completely original, but the source is, and we do pay homage with some of these punishments. Inspired by some of the cautionary tales.
And even more so if you read, once you get to the end of the entire book, part 2, which is 108 pages, we get even more meta and homage, as you'll discover, paying,
Tease. Look at these guys teasing us. Stop it. Now, let's talk about this. So creative duos can get spicy in this creative space, right? Because y'all work in worlds, y'all said. Now, do you guys have a code word for when things get heated in the writing room? Like, all right, chill right now. We gotta step away. Because you're not listening.
I think it's more just stepping away.
Yeah,
we don't
more
have a
blunt.
safe
There's
word.
no, yeah.
We
there's no.
make a little like red sign where
Yeah.
just like
Yeah, the boiling point comes and it's like,
Pulls
all
out
right.
the little umbrella like one of the coyotes. Like, yo, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
actually pretty funny. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's funny. Yeah, I think
All right.
I end up doing that.
Oh man. All right. So what's the biggest creative challenge you face? While working on Shockheaded Peter.
I think what's been the greatest is the balance. Like when we both have enough time to both be on the same page with it is great. But when we've had to balance of like, I'm on another project or he's on another project, I think that's kind of been the most difficult because we both are so invested and love this project so much. But when we have to do that, it obviously tilts the scales of who has to put a little more into it. So I think that's when maybe some of those boiling points come a little more, because we're stretched out a bit thinner. So for me, I think that's.
And I think it's like maintaining that emotional arc and making sure that it comes through. Because sometimes you're so invested in like page to page and you're so immersed in it that when you step out, you're like, oh crap. I didn't realize, now I'm reading it again and like, this doesn't track. We need to go back and then we have to make more work for everyone and the artist if we, so I think it's just a lot of details.
Yeah.
Just really just think that that's like a big thing for me, at least.
Yeah. And we don't have like, I know some, comic book artists, they have editors to do it, but it's just us. It's us and Joe.
That's it.
And that's basically like, once we go through it, like the script, of course, we go through it a bunch of times. Then Joe's working on it. And as he produces the pages, like we're like editing. And then obviously before it goes to print, we're rereading everything separately and together just to have all the eyes on it before it hits the printers.
All right. Let me ask you, because you're blending horror, humor, morality tales, as you said, right? So what do you want the audience to walk away with, once they pick up these babies? One, and of course, now number two.
I mean, I want them first to have a good time with it and to be, because we're so emotionally attached to a lot of these characters in here, including Peter, and we're emotionally invested. We want people to be emotionally invested with all these characters as well, because we do bring a lot of humanity to everyone, as you'll see when you get through the book. And so I would like people to see that. But then it's also a cautionary tale as well, about the consequences of our actions, the nature of your morality and how you balance that and how you come to terms with your morality. I want people to think about that as well. So yeah. And also just yes, of course, to also enjoy the journey because it's fun. The art as well, just get lost in it. There's all these little, I'm like looking at the the panels you have up that we share.
That's gorgeous right there.
Yeah, but just like there's, we put all these little details, so hopefully they'll spend the time and just like look at it and enjoy. And there's a lot of revelations like that thing reveals in book 2. So just like the little seeds we plant throughout, hopefully they'll like go back and look at things in book 1 and it's all very carefully planned. So we hope that as Ethan said, just like falling in love with the characters and enjoying it as well. And then hopefully they'll love it so much that they'll just like be talking about it and telling their friends and family. So hopefully they'll just like really fall in love with it.
So book 1 is out, correct?
Yeah.
Part, and they're all part of the same graphic novel, and each has its own little mini chapter arc.
Gotcha.
And the idea is once we finish this, we're going to go right into part 3, which is the finale of this whole volume.
It's a trilogy.
Yeah. But book 1 was 60 pages and this one's going to be 108 pages. So
Ooh, nice. We like them girthy now because fans love reacting, of course, to bold stories. Now, what's the funniest or maybe weirdest reaction you've gotten so far, with the release?
I think, what was this? Someone talking about Peter, that they they wanted to be angry at Shockheaded Peter, but they also were kind of really intrigued by him and
cheering for him, kind of like
They were like kind of angry at him, but they were also rooting for him.
Yeah,
and I was like, good, excellent, that's great.
Yeah,
they're very conflicted. Like you challenge their own morality.
Exactly. Yeah, that was a good.
So, yeah, what do you do when Freddy Krueger shows up in your door, but he wants to help you? You're like, I'm not.
You know, like that. It's Fred, though. You know what I mean? He good with that glove, son. You know what I mean?
Like, my mom's here. Is this
right? Yeah,
I love it. All right, I need to know here because you guys did say that y'all coming from that TV world. Let's Dreamcast just for a moment. Dreamcast, and I'm not talking about Sega. All right.
Yeah.
If you could put anyone in the role of Shockheaded Peter, whether it's an actor, wrestler, a cartoon, a Muppet, who do you got?
Oh, I mean, we've dreamt a lot about this. I will first throw this out, and it's Bill Skarsgård.
Manifest.
Bill Skarsgård, the guy who did Pennywise the Clown, and he was just in Nosferatu. He was oh my God, I'm blanking on the character's name in Nosferatu.
Yeah, the creature.
He's amazing. He would be phenomenal as Peter. I can't remember who else we were talking about at one point.
Yeah, I mean, we had made this like Bible of it, so I think it's in there in that book. But I think for Ruby, I mean, obviously this has been in the works for a while, so people age out, but at some point, I don't know, like we had, who did we have? I know for Camilla, for the
Hayek.
mother, we had thought of Salma Hayek.
Yeah.
And then I think for Ruby, it had shifted.
It's tough because she's going to be a teenager. She could be like a newcomer. You never know.
Yeah,
it changes. That fluctuates. I could understand that.
But to be honest, like Peter could be, you could go many different ways.
Yeah.
And I mean, my first, obviously Bill Skarsgård, just because he's kind of done so much and he's so emotive and scary as shit.
And you're right. He surprised everybody on the Nosferatu, where people weren't very much aware that, oh shit, wait a minute, he's the one with the makeup. Oh shit.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I love it. I gotta ask you though, if Shockheaded Peter himself barged into this podcast right now, what would he say to the listeners?
He'd probably. He would probably like scream a warning to everyone, kind of in like a typical villain style, but laughing maniacally as he's doing it because he just loves what he does so much.
But as he leaves, though, he'd whisper because he doesn't always need to scream. So it'd be more like a little, whisper with a little riddle with something.
Just like this, like the image on screen. Look at this poor kid. Terrified as my man says sweet nothings in his ear.
We should say though, Peter does have a code.
Yes,
that he abides by.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. So he has some morals to him, huh?
Yeah.
He does, because every villain thinks they're the hero, and every villain does have their own set of rules, and so as does Peter, so I think he would still abide by that, but yeah, he would burst on. He would either sing, or he'd do a little riddle, or call one of us out about something that we've done and ready to face our punishment.
Just blow you up on screen. Just spread your business.
Yeah.
Make that mess.
And probably he'd warning to everyone that they should definitely check it out, because if not,
Right. Yeah. He wants those book sales up. Otherwise.
This picture says it all. He's out there. He looking for y'all if y'all ain't buying. So you better. He's staring out at the moon. Who didn't buy my book? I'm on my way right now. And listen, you don't want to be like this young lady right there, terrified.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with
that's
him.
Ruby having a rough moment.
Yeah.
Yo, this is a great looking page too. I love the color, everything, the emotion out of it, the way it's displayed. Dope. like again a worthy splash page, something that matters, something that means something. This was dope though.
Yeah, and she has this wrist monitor because of her heart, so it like monitors when she's kind of getting a little too, when her heart's going too fast. She's supposed to like take a moment, but with everything that's been going on and with Shockheaded Peter, it's kind of hard to keep calm.
Yeah,
I see. I mean, everybody looked dizzy. Yeah, I was reading through this scene too. Fun scene, crazy scene though.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I grew up in New York. Yeah, I've gone through scenes like that. Not fun, but whatever. As far as I remember. And then we got over here. Who is this big homie over here?
That's Gielgud. He's the glass shop owner. He's father of one of the really horrible people
one
in
of
town.
The bullies, Harriet. He's her dad.
Who's one of Ruby's main nemesis.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But he's a glass maker. Yeah.
Oh man, look at this scene right there. Nice.
That's Ruby having a moment where she thought things were happening one way, and then all of a sudden,
there's some reveals. But
lost.
This is a new character in book 2, Frankie. But yeah, and Ruby's kind of looking around to see what's going on here.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, see, I'm excited to be done. Oh, man, look at this, panels. Look at this, guys. You see what I'm saying? Well, what I mean by the cinematic of it.
Yeah. When we saw this one, when Joe, we saw the results of this, we were like, yes, this is, it's just gorgeous.
Ruby. It's animated. It's fucking flat. It's on the page, but yet it's animated when you look at it. I mean, I don't know. My mind fucking froze quick, and I see the movement in this, and it's just, I love this so much.
Something you said, the movement. That's one thing we missed that we saw in Joe's work, right? It's like, it's a still image, but like you find the movement, right?
Yeah, you see the transition where he's going with it.
Yeah,
it's just living and breathing.
And
just really helps with the story. And
man, I don't know what's up with these overseas artists. Not that this is my American artists all across, America. I love my American artists, but damn, man, these European artists and South America are just damn.
Yeah,
there's so much talent in these places, bro.
I think with the advent of social media and the internet, we're able to, branch out more and discover more talent and give them more opportunities.
Lucky you, man, to find somebody so good. And look at this right there. I mean, you got to tear on poor girl's eyes. And oh man, let me mess with me, man. This guy. I do want to see a movie now. You got to give me something. Movie. I mean, if you really had a choice, would it be like an anthology style movie, like Creepshow, a full movie, or you want to do like a TV series and make it creepy?
I mean, I think it's either gonna be like a big movie series, like a big budget, kind of like if Harry Potter went horror.
Mm-hmm.
Man, bring it, baby. Hey, let's manifest. Let's go.
So it could go movie first, and then if that's successful, then series, or it could just be like a solid HBO type series.
Because that darkness, right? Even though the art here is magical and whimsical and has that we want to keep that darkness, but also because the story is so big, it would definitely need to be, we can't finish a story in just one movie. It would have to be like a trilogy, or but we have a lot of story to tell.
I think live action, it's just going to get naturally, it will be darker.
Okay. Excellent. And now listen, we're upon the season. Fall is upon us just about, really, if not already. And convention season, is coming to and soon, the last of the big shows. Are you guys gonna make any appearances anywhere where we could, meet you guys, shake your hands, pick up some books in person?
In Los Angeles,
some stores will be doing some signings, and
we're gonna be at Gold all through October. As our Kickstarter's running, we're gonna be at Pulp Fiction Comics in Culver City, Golden Apple on Melrose in like West Hollywood, and then Comic Bug in Culver City and Manhattan Beach.
Well, wait, the Kickstarter's live now?
October 8th.
Yeah. So
October 8th. So yeah, do you have a pre-launch page?
Yeah.
I need that link. You should have been sharing that with me, so I
So,
could put it there and make those people, our fellow Crusaders, sign up so they could make it rain on day one. You know, but I'm pretty sure, right? Let's start teasing that. Are you guys gonna have any fun, like first day early bird specials going on?
Yes.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
48 hours.
Yeah.
There's going to be early bird specials for the print copy of book 2, as well as the catch up part 1 and part 2. And part 1, it's a revised edition where it's going to be, we redid the cover, as you can see on the banner right now is the revised cover. And we updated some dialogue and had a couple of panel alterations and additions. So if you got the original print from the first Kickstarter, this version is definitely going to be different for part 1. And part 2 is going to be new to everybody. So.
And you said launching October 8th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 8th with the early bird for 2 days. And then we'll be wrapping up on November 4th. So it's going to be about 28 days.
Yeah. There we go. Folks, make it happen. That is New York Comic Con weekend too. So a lot of stuff going on. So you see they dropping at the right time with I'm telling you guys, and this is also for the right move, because as I told you, you know what month that is. Hey man, you know, we celebrate Halloween all month, and I think that this character, peep it as soon as you can, people, because I think this is somebody you guys gonna want to even cosplay.
Oh yeah, Peter cosplays Peter or Ruby would be awesome.
Yeah.
We're waiting for that.
Yeah. And
somebody can make her monitor, or you know.
It's actually when we were creating it, we also thought about those things. We're like, this would be so cool, and this and the other. So like as we were designing the characters, that was definitely something in mind that we're like, if that were to happen, like we would be in heaven. We'd be like, this is amazing.
There's also
cosplay
a character with one arm and has a big hump, but it's actually a giant crab arm that he has hidden in his hump, and he'll let it out.
What?
Find why he is the way he is in part 2.
But that gets revealed in book 1 about the arm. But
you find out why in part 2.
Yeah. It's fun. Yeah.
Like creeping me out, because anybody come with a claw at me, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't feel about that. You know what I mean? It's like, yo,
it's definitely odd.
All right. So beyond this project, then, what's kind of the next wildest creative idea sitting in those notebooks right now?
There's some film and TV stuff in the works. Me personally, I was attached to a horror film which is coming out this year. And it's called In Our Blood. And the trailer should be dropping fairly soon. And then there'll be some more announcements about where we're going to be premiering. It'll be in theaters nationwide, but more details in like the next week about exactly where.
Oh, I'll keep my eyes peeled on that. WEPAAAA, wonderful.
Yeah. And for me, just developing as well. We're developing some things together, but also working on writing, kind of a period project that would probably be for a series. So in developing stages for that, just like a lot of writing and so. And
that being said, we already wrote part 3, which is ready to be illustrated for Shockheaded Peter. And once we finish this Kickstarter, roll right into it and finish that.
Because the first one came out 2022, and we don't want that much time to go in between. Part of it was just like scheduling, but now that we had the moment to roll into it, we're like, let's just make it happen so that there's not so much of a lag.
Yeah. Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I dig it. All right, so the final one here for both of y'all. When people look back at Shockheaded Peter years from now, right? You know, when their beard is as white as mine, what do you want its legacy to be?
Oh man.
The first thing that came to mind right now when you said that, I was like, I want them to be like, wow, that's where it all began, like right here. Like, that would be nice, but its legacy,
I want I want Peter and Ruby to become as like ubiquitous as Harry Potter in, the lexicon of, modern day culture. I would love for Peter to become synonymous with that sort of, that cautionary, like, you better behave. Peter's going to come and get you, sort of thing.
But darker, more villainous, a little more adult too. Because we talk about this, like, it's like, we have a lot of like teenagers in the town, but some of these punishments also happen to the adults. So it's not just these bullies. Bullies come in all shapes and sizes and ages, like they're not kids. So, definitely what you're saying. And also just, kind of like a rallying cry for monitoring people's behaviors,
I'm saying homie must have a ball then with some Karens.
But his code, you got to do it. You got to repeat the offense. You got to be older than 12 years old.
You repeat
and you got to repeat the offense, and your punishment will fit your crime.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Man, shit. Please have him visit New York. I think they need a good lesson over there.
This is. We have a big mythology battleground, but I don't think Peter goes to two large cities. I think he mostly kind of goes to the outskirts in the small areas. And if he does go into a city, it's in very small bits, because it would be too easy for him to get caught or noticed.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, again, if you're in New York, you can walk around in your underwear and people will be like, yo, what up, homie?
That's also true. It depends on the city.
Yeah, he could definitely hide in plain sight in a city like
he might stick out in LA, depending on.
I don't know.
I mean, unless he's in Venice, I don't know. Or depending on.
I'm not an LA guy, so I don't know. In New York, he would be just like one of the everyday guys.
Right.
Hey, what up, Pete? What up, Pete?
Yeah, what up, Pete?
I love it. All right, so boom, baby. This is what it is. This is how we do it. So a big shout out to this incredible creative tag team, E.B. Kogan, Jessica Silvetti, for bringing their insane brilliance and that WEPAAAA energy to the Comic Crusaders podcast today, for real. Shockheaded Peter is proof that stories can be creepy, hilarious, and smart all at once. So you need to check it out. All right, you listen. You already saw right there that Kickstarter is launching October 8th. The link is below. I'm going to also add this to the show notes. So make sure you get your wallets ready, get that credit card, and make it rain for me, Henteki. You know what I mean? And familia, of course, don't forget, most important, to hit that like button, that subscribe button, turn on the notifications so you know when we're speaking to amazing creators like EB and Jessica right here. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing. We had conversations with the dopest creators in the game and pop culture. And so remember, folks, don't just consume stories. Live them, laugh with them, and share them with the world. And so until next time, this is Almega, and we out. WEPAAAA!
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.